LeBron James. An investor straight out of high school in 2003, LeBron James made his way into the NBA as the most hyped prospect in decades, and what makes him stand out wasn't just his performance, it was his ability to control things. LeBron James's 2003 rookie season was the catalyst for a revolutionary lifetime investment business model that redefined athlete wealth. Upon entering the NBA, James famously rejected a $10 million check from Reebok to maintain his long-term leverage. He eventually signed a landmark $90 million deal with Nike that evolved into a lifetime partnership now valued at over $1 billion. At the age of 21, he went on to fire his veteran agent and establish his own company with his three closest childhood friends, himself, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, and Randy Mims, and called the company LRMR Ventures. The company was meant to manage both his marketing and portfolio, and with this, he was able to take total control of his brand and the narratives. His company shifted his deals from athletes-based to an equity-based deal. In 2008, Beats by Dre came knocking for an endorsement deal, but in exchange of promoting the headphones, LeBron James went on to acquire an early equity stake in the company. And by the time Apple bought the company, Beats, for $3 billion in 2014, he made a whopping $30 million from the deal. Fast forward to 2011, Fenway Sports Group, a multinational sports holding conglomerate, needed him for a deal, but he was able to secure a 2% stake in Liverpool Football Club in exchange for a joint venture marketing deal with the club. And that 2% stake of 2011, which was worth $6.5 million as it then, has now grown in value to approximately $90 to $100 million depending on the stock market. It didn't end there. In 2012, James invested less than $1 million into Blaze Pizza for a 10% share when it was a small chain, and by 2017, his stake in the company had risen to $25 to $35 million. He went on to walk away from his $15 million McDonald's renewal in order to focus on his partners. By 2020, his company evolved into Spring Hill Company. It became a powerhouse that merged with media investors, Fulwell 73, in a deal that skyrocketed the value of the company to $725 million. His company has gone on to produce solid projects like The Shop, which is an HBO talk show centered around athlete conversations and films. His Nike deal, which he signed at 18 years of age, is still active as it became a lifetime contract for him. The contract is worth over $1 billion. This very deal set him apart from the majority of athletes as he gets royalties, long-term equity from this deal. By the year 2022, LeBron James was the first active NBA player to ever reach billionaire status according to a report by Forbes, with a present net worth valued at $1.3 billion. Despite all of his side quests, LeBron James still earns well from his playing career in the NBA. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant doesn't classify himself as a businessman, but however, his portfolio screams otherwise, with a net worth pegged at $300 million plus as of February 2026. In 2016, himself and his longtime manager, Rich Kleiman, co-founded 35 Ventures. The name of the company was in sync with his jersey number. This company is the foundation of his business empire. His company has gone on to invest in strategic businesses and startups, mostly in their Series A and B stages. His firm early investment was in Postmates, which was later acquired by Uber for $2.65 billion in 2020. His investment in Postmates reportedly raked in approximately $15 million after the acquisition. 35 Ventures is a strategic investment company and branch incubator, vehicle, and media studio. And he has invested in over 75 companies and still counting. His investment has spanned across various sectors like tech, food, sports, and fintech. Some of his notable investments include Acrons, Coinbase, Robinhood, and Postmates. His investment in Coinbase went on to back the exchange platform early, and he saw a 54-fold valuation increase upon its IPO. Durant also went on to acquire a 5% stake in Major League Soccer Philadelphia Union and an open option for another 5%. He's also involved Gotham FC and Boardroom, a media platform that was confounded with Kleiman. While he has his money spread across other sectors actively working for him and increasing in value over time, his deal with Nike is still active. In 2014, he went on to sign a 10-year contract that was reportedly worth $300 million, with potential of reaching $1 billion during his lifetime. Over the years, he has released a total of 18 signature shoes. Durant also acquired a minority stake in Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, in 2025 through a partnership deal with Qatar Sports Investments. His investment also includes Bitcoin and he holds a significant cryptocurrency portfolio. Recently, he has invested in Rec, a recreation software company, Spindrift, and TWRW Sports. Durant's financial literacy has put him on an edge over other players in the league. Stephen Curry. While getting things accomplished on the court and being one of the best shooters in the history of the league, Stephen Curry is also quietly constructing an empire off it. Since his 2009 debut, Stephen Curry has been a one-club man with the Golden State Warriors, where he cooked up back-to-back MVP trophies in 2015 and 2016, including the league's only unanimous win, before finally adding that elusive Finals MVP to his shelf in 2022. With a net worth estimated at $240 million, Stephen Curry has put in a lot of effort off the court to get himself a financially stable life. He is the first player in the history of the NBA to earn over $60 million in a single season. And presently, he is the highest paid player in the NBA by base salary, earning himself $62.6 million for the current 2025 to 2026 season. Curry manages all of his investments and majority of his financial holdings via 30 Inc., which was formerly known as SC30 Inc. His investment in business revenue via 30 Inc. is reported to be around $173.5 million in revenue as at 2024, with $144 million in EBITDA. Stephen Curry recently ended his 12-year Under Armour partnership to take sole ownership of his Curry brand, thereby transitioning from a sponsored athlete to an independent mogul with a business generating over $170 million annually. And beyond the footwear, he co-founded the Unanimous Media in 2018, alongside Eric Payton. The company is a multimedia company that focuses on family, faith, and sports-driven storytelling, although it operates through major partnerships with Sony Pictures and Comcast NBC Universal. Some of their notable projects include the Oscar-winning The Queen of Basketball, the comedy Mr. Throwback, and the February 2026 animated film GOAT. The company also spans publishing and podcasts to amplify diverse, inspirational voices. And in 2020, Stephen Curry joined Oxygen Beverages as a strategic partner and lead investor to promote their pH-balanced water with electrolytes. Beyond being a brand ambassador for them, his equity-based deal focused on scaling the company's retail presence. This partnership remains part of his long-term vision of investing in health-conscious consumer goods. His other notable stake and investment are shared in tech ventures. He had a significant investment in FTX before its collapse. Curry is into real estate, with his personal real estate portfolio valued at approximately $90 million, backed by several high-profile properties in California and Florida. His other notable brands are Chase, Infinity, and Rakuten. According to Forbes, Curry off-court earnings is reported to be around $40 million plus annually, while his on-court earnings are pegged at a base salary of $59,606,817. This marks his 9th consecutive year he has held the title of the league's highest-paid player. If you enjoy this kind of NBA content, ensure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo stands as one of the cornerstones of the Milwaukee Bucks, leading the team as a top MVP player while also expanding his global business. Before the contract and the championship parades, Giannis was well known to be the guy who sells sunglasses and watches on the street of Athens, alongside with his brothers, all in a bid to make ends meet for themselves and the family. However, things changed when he made his way to the NBA court. Giannis started with Nike as a rookie, but his 2019 MVP win turned him into a global superstar. His Zoom Freak sneakers became a massive hit, exploding across Europe and Africa. This success gave him a huge power at Nike, proving that a player from Greece could sell more shoes worldwide than almost any American star. Giannis is one of the highest-paid athletes globally, with a net worth estimated between $94.4 million and $110 million as of early 2026. In 2023, he expanded his portfolio into ownership, where he joined a group that purchased a stake in the Milwaukee Brewers, making him a minority owner in a Major League Baseball franchise. That move was classified as strategic and placed him in the category of active NBA players owning stakes in other professional sports teams, which is a rare space typically reserved for retired legends in the game. He also became a shareholder in Nashville SC, a Major League Soccer team, adding to his multi-sport investment deal. These ownership positions are structured as equity stakes, meaning his wealth grows alongside franchise valuations. While he has his ground covered in sports, he also has numerous endorsement portfolios, which includes Google Pixel, JBL Audio, WhatsApp, and T-Mobile. Over the years, Forbes has consistently listed him among the highest paid athletes globally. with annual earnings exceeding $80 million when combining salary and endorsements. Giannis has been vocal about his desire to spend more wisely. Early in his NBA career, he reportedly remitted the majority of his earnings back to his family in Greece. Back in 2022, himself and his brothers launched Antetokounmpo, a brand encompassing apparel and media initiatives. The brand is heavily focused on family identity, using their collective NBA presence as leverage. The majority of his deal and investments are solid assets targeted for long-term gain. Russell Westbrook network is estimated to be between $300 million and $375 million. Currently in his 18th NBA season with the Sacramento Kings as a point guard, starting with the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2008. Russell Westbrook's NBA journey has progressed through the Houston Rockets, Washington Wizards, Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, and Denver Nuggets, and in his current 2026 tenure with the Sacramento Kings. Westbrook has always been one of the fashion icons in the league, as he has always found treating arena entrances like runway shows. In 2017, he launched the Honor the Gift and high-end streetwear clothing line that was inspired by his Los Angeles upbringing. This business is worth over $50 million. His endorsement with the Jordan brand is one of his valuable partnerships. He signed an extension of this deal in 2017 for a 10-year extension. This deal is reported to be worth $150 million, which is the most expensive total contract in the history of the Jordan brand. He also has a deal with Hennessy, where he serves as a primary brand ambassador. Unfortunately, the exact amount of this deal wasn't disclosed to the public, but experts have reviewed it to be approximately $3 million to $5 million per year. He also has an endorsement deal with PepsiCo to promote Mountain Dew. This deal is estimated at $1 million annually. He also owns a digital agency called RW Digital, responsible for marketing campaigns for large companies. This business is projected to earn a revenue of $37 million later this year. Westbrook also has an active equity in Varo Bank. His stake in the company is estimated to be worth over $100 million. He also owns equity with Poppy and Magic Spoon. His stakes in these food and beverage companies are both valued to be over several millions of dollars. And recently, he invested over $10 million into OKC Energy FC, with his deal which includes ownership in a new stadium and the surrounding real estate in Oklahoma City. He also has a business operation in the eyewear market with the brand Westbrook Frames, a brand that expanded his fashion presence beyond apparel. Some of his other notable endorsement portfolio includes Samsung and True Religion. During his peak earnings years, Forbes listed him among the top 15 highest-paid athletes worldwide, while his off-court earnings have exceeded $25 million annually in strong endorsement deals.